happy Sunday. And as many of you know, my name is Dr. Tanda Cook, and I am super honored to be here. Thank you guys for putting this page together, and happy almost New Year's. And as many of you know, I am a naturopathic physician, and naturopathic physicians are trained as general care practitioners, and instead of becoming experts in prescription medication, symptom management, and surgery, we become experts in getting to the root cause of disease using alternative therapies like homeopathy, herbal remedies, lifestyle coaching, IV therapy, water therapy, and we have extensive training in food and nutrition. And just to put it in perspective, so naturopathic NDs, N is in nature, naturopathic doctors have an average of about 100 hours worth of nutritional training, while your typical Western medical doctor, an MD, has an average training of around 4 to 6 hours. So we really have a ton of knowledge around food and nutrition. And so as naturopaths, as you can imagine, we also have a huge toolbox in terms of how we can treat people and conditions. And I really, as many of you know, has found my expertise in food and teaching people how to add health to their life through what they're doing on a daily basis and what they're eating on a daily basis. And as many of you know, I'm not about counting calories. I'm not about fad dieting. I teach people about food and how it affects our health positively and negatively, because whether you like it or not, we aren't plants. We do not photosynthesize, although many of you I know wish that we could. We have to consume things from the outside world to make our bodies or vessels go. We also are omnivores, which means we have to consume a variety of things in order to make our vessel work optimally or healthfully. And I am so unbelievably fascinated with the gut microbiome, so the gut bacteria that line our gut, that line our intestines, and I'm going to talk about that in a little bit. But I was reading this one study where they were talking about the diversity of the microbiome, so the amount of like different species that are supposed to be of bacteria lining our gastrointestinal system, and basically the more diverse, the better. And so there was this study done on this tribe in Africa, and they're like healthful wise, they were really healthy and they had really diverse microbiota. And so they were then the study was looking at how many, like the variety of foods that they were eating over a year, and they were eating something like 671 different things over the course of 1 year. And so then they compared that to Western medicine and you know, standard American diet, which is abbreviated the SAD diet, which is super appropriate. So they were comparing that to the Western diet, and we eat an average of 15 foods. 15. Like, that's our variety. That is not helping our gastrointestinal system or our health at all. So let's talk for a minute about that word health and what does it actually mean. And often when I ask people the question, I get the absence of something, right? So it's like, I don't have an ailment. My back doesn't hurt. I don't wake up with a headache. And I was asked this question in med school, and this question was launched into a room full of 120 medical students, and we heard crickets. Like, not a lot of us knew exactly how to define health. Defining disease is really easy. So to hit my definition of health home, I start by asking this one question. It's not a trick question. It's, how do you light a dark room? Like, you walk into a room and it is dark. What do? To add light. So, you know, you turn on a light, you light a candle, you open a window, you blow out a door, or whatever. The point is that there's no anti-darkness machine that you hook up to the side of the room and it sucks all the darkness out, and then ta-da, there's light. You had to do something, you had to add something, because with light, darkness cannot exist. This is how I view health and disease, and I'm going to say this slowly. So with health, disease cannot exist. Say that one more time. I feel like I'm saying these words and I really want them to land for you guys. Like, health, the body innately wants to be healthy. So the body is a compensating machine. Like, we're really, really, really good at compensating. And over time, like, you often don't notice your body's compensating so much until it can't compensate, so you don't notice. So then you start experiencing symptoms. And if you keep doing what you're doing, you're going to get a disease eventually, because the body's like, I am sorry, given the circumstances, I'm trying really hard to be healthy, because that's where the state that the body wants to be in. If you think about your body as a teeter-totter, the the body wants to be balanced like this, and the adrenal glands are actually, they're the two glands that sit on top of your kidneys. They're responsible for a lot of things, but they're also spend every second of the day trying to keep your teeter-totter like this, and we're doing things like taking prescription medications, or being stressed out at our job, or eating and triggering inflammatory foods, or drinking out of plastic water bottles, or using toxic products, or whatever. That's tipping our scale. So then the adrenals and the whole body is like, oh my gosh, Susie Q keeps doing all of these things to tip our teeter-totter. So I'm trying to keep it level, and the body does a really good job until about age 30, 40, 50, 60, when you then are like, oh, hey, don't feel so good because of all the things that you've been doing. It's not a blame game by any means, because we are Westerners, this is the society that we live in, and yet there are things that you can be doing on a daily basis to add health, to help your body keep your teeter-totter balanced. We're going to talk about food is one of them. So with health, disease cannot exist, just like with light, darkness cannot exist. And health is the body's natural homeostasis, which I understand is a geeky 8th grade science word and kind of a mouthful, but so that's where the body innately wants to be. So because homeostasis is a little bit of a mouthful, to me, health is balance and freedom, because when you set the body up under the right conditions, it'll hold on to what it needs and let go of what it doesn't to build you, so that then you are then free to go out and do whatever it is that you were supposed to be doing in this lifetime. And Arbonne has set out to help you create this with the 30 days to healthy living, with their skincare, and with the business, if you so choose to do one or all three of those things. So Arbonne found me, as many of you know, in 2010, and then in 2011 they launched their nutritional program, and he was super skeptical. Oh, why? Because I'm a doctor and I have opinions about things. Shocker. And so when they launched it at the global convention, I was like worried about the formulations, and about this whole mentality about cleansing and detoxing, because it can be incredibly misleading and confusing for people. But that's not at all what I discovered that day with Arbonne and their philosophy. But this program and these products are really designed to bring us back into balance, which is health. So the program, the 30 days, focuses on whole eating, which was what I was focusing before I found Arbonne. It also is focusing on avoiding the inflammatory and addictive foods, specifically gluten, dairy, soy, sugar, alcohol, and caffeine, for at least 30 days. All of those things tip your teeter-totter. I promise you that in one form or fashion. So this program was focusing on whole foods eating and avoiding the inflammatory foods, so that then you could get a window into how great you can feel, and then get motivated to actually keep this lifestyle transformation going, because this is a lifestyle transformation, not a diet. In my opinion, that is how I teach it. That is what I believe. And I really cannot stress this enough. And I highly encourage you guys to keep this going into 2019, right? So, 2019 is literally right around the corner. And I'm assuming many of you guys are diving into this. So why do I want you to do this? Because your body will thank you. Why? Because you then are going to begin to actually heal. How will you know? These side effects to getting healthy are better sleep, weight loss or weight gain, if that's what you need, more energy, increased libido, clearer skin, clearer mind, improved mood, and improved life, like just to name a few. I love, I don't watch television, and yet I do know that the side effects to prescription medications, which are needed occasionally, the list is like this long of all these side effects, and then most of them are negative. And these side effects of actually taking a stand for your health and a stand for your life and getting healthy are like all these really cool positive things. And a lot of times when my patients are working with me, they're like, why am I taking all of these supplements? What am I supposed to be feeling? And it's the body, it's like, if you're going this way and you get slightly knocked this way, you're going to go down a different path. And down that different path, you're going to start feeling better. And you're going to start noticing small improvements over time, or dramatic. I mean, you guys could eliminate dairy alone and your skin could clear up, or gluten alone and you could think clearer, or you stop drinking coffee and all of a sudden your blood sugar gets regulated. It's like all of these things are going to start to naturally kind of fall into place, called health. So unfortunately, the standard American diet, which again is abbreviated the SAD diet, which is appropriate, is not serving us. Like, we know this. We are the most overfed, undernourished country in the world, which is why shifting our diet to a whole foods base and what, as Arbonne's program suggests, it will provide you with, so the program also provides you with not only that suggestion, but then all the products to help with healing the gut, which I'll talk more about, and increasing nutrient absorption. Because the microbiome, or gut health, is one of my greatest passions, and the research that's coming out around this is really only scratching the surface and how important it is to keep our gut and our microbiome healthy. If you guys are interested in learning more about this, please Google microbiome labs. They are one of the cutting edge researchers around the importance of the gut microbiota. And when I say that, I mean that there are bacteria that line our skin and our gastrointestinal system. Or Google the Human Longevity Project. That's another really cool one to learn more about the importance of balancing our gut microbiota. So our intestines are lined with bacteria, as is our skin, which is referred to as our microbiome. So what these microbes do, so there are more of them than there are cells in our body. And I'm going to say that again. There are more bacteria in and on us than there are cells in us or to make us up. So we are essentially housing them. The analogy that I use is that we are a condominium for our bacteria. And if you think about this, like, if your condominium is, you know what, the other day I picked on the ocean, I'm going to pick on a really beautiful lakeside. So you have a lakeside condo with, like, panoramic views of the lake and the woods, and you have beautiful granite countertops, and you have an outdoor shower, and you have a hot tub, and you have, like, beautiful flooring and really nice bedding, and you're renting that place. You, most likely, your tenants are going to take care of it. They're going to pay their rent on time. They're going to fix things, even when you don't even know something's broken. They are going to be in communication with you. They're going to help you keep that place looking as best as it can, because they love living there. Your gut is exactly the same way. So all of the bacteria that are in your gastrointestinal system, if they're happy, they're going to take really good care of you, because that's their job. Right? But if your condominium is in the ghetto, it's got leaky pipes, the roof is leaking, nothing works, all the appliances are broken, those tenants most likely are not going to take care of you. They're not going to pay rent on time, and they don't care about living there. Gut microbes work the same way. They are not, if your condominium is falling apart, your bacteria will not take care of you, and they actually will wreak havoc and make you feel worse. So that's what we're looking at. Most of us, no offense to all humans that live in the United States and or Canada, the way we have been treating food, the way we have eaten, it's so multifactorial, but like overall, our food system is really not helping our gut. So many of us look like the condominium that are in the ghetto. So how do we fix and repair a condominium? Great question. I'm going to say stop eating processed foods, period, at least for 30 days. You guys, use Arbonne's kits. I understand that Arbonne's products are processed, but you can also add a lot of whole foods to them, and that they're encouraging a whole food-based lifestyle. So what these products are doing is helping you step away from those processed foods into a whole food lifestyle so you feel better, and so you can fix your condominium. So stop eating processed foods. Just don't. Period. Increase your whole foods consumption. So even with your shakes, like add avocados, add spinach, I'll put whole Brussels sprouts in mine and just blend it. You don't even know that they're in there. Add probiotics, which is what Arbonne's program does as well, that we'll talk about. And then the other ways you can get probiotics, eating fermented foods, specifically kombucha, kefir, sauerkraut, kimchi. All of those are naturally fermented foods and can help rebuild and heal your gastrointestinal system. Eating nutrient-dense foods, again, which is exactly what Arbonne's pushing and encouraging you guys to do, again, with your shakes and or with your whole food-based meal, cram as much nutrients as you can. Use herbs, use spices, be brave, eat a variety. Remember that African tribe? Like, think like that. Eat as much variety of foods as you can. And then also simultaneously, how do we help build our or help repair a condominium. We support the liver because the liver is like the air filter of your car, your vehicle. It is, imagine being a filter for a human. It's like, you know, the junk we put in and on us. It's ridiculous. Our poor livers, which again is what Arbonne products are for. How Arbonne's products are formulated is to help the liver. So all of this, so it's stop eating processed food, increasing whole foods consumption, adding probiotics, eating nutrient-dense foods, and helping the liver. All of these things Arbonne's plan does. It is not about forever. It's not, you can never eat pasta again. It's about pressing pause. It's waking up into how food may be affecting you. And you know what? Food is affecting you because we're not plants. We don't photosynthesize. We have to be consuming things from the outside world. So what this plan is doing is focusing on eating consciously and living consciously. This is not a perfection game. It is a progression in consciousness game. So how does the plan work? Great question. So at least for 30 days, and I often tell people to do it for 90 if you really want to see some spectacular results. So at least 90 days, at least 30 days, I encourage you to do 90. There's a vegan protein powder that serves as a complete meal replacement if you're in Canada, and if you're in the United States, there's the straight up protein powder that you can add foods to. Protein sources coming from cranberry, rice, and pea. Why I love this is because it does not have whey, which is still dairy, or soy, or gluten, all of which that I have seen trigger the inflammatory response and not add health to people. So you can drink one for breakfast and or lunch, and or one for a post-workout meal. And then what the protein does is it really supports blood sugar and is easily digested. Because many of our gastrointestinal systems are not functioning optimally. Arbonne knew this, so they made all of their products really highly absorbable. That's a real thing. One of the other things that Arbonne said the day that they launched it is not what we eat, we are what we absorb. We are not what we eat, we are what we absorb. So if your gastrointestinal system shut off, most of yours are, then you can eat an apple and you think you're getting everything, but you're not necessarily, because your body's not able to break it down properly and absorb it. So again, Arbonne knew this, so all of their products are formulated for easily absorptionable ability. There you go. The plan also has FixSticks that you can add to water. It serves as a soda or coffee replacement. The coolest thing about these guys is that they also contain B vitamins and they're formulated with chromium. Why this is important? Chromium helps balance blood sugar, which is really supportive for the adrenal glands, the brain, and the liver. And then the B vitamins. So when we perceive a stress, B vitamins are used in that stress response. So we're designed to have a stress response once in a while. Now, based on the fact that we're Westerners, we are running from these proverbial tigers about 24/7. So the B vitamins are being depleted, especially if we're eating processed food and constantly triggering the stress response. B vitamins are being used. Now we need to replenish them. Most of us are not replenishing them, which is why the FixSticks are awesome, because they have B vitamins in there to help replenish that, because you're using them, being a human. There's the detox tea, which I encourage people to drink 1 to 3 times a day, and it's formulated specifically for liver and kidney support. And to be honest, I would keep the detox tea in your cupboard for life. You should just be doing that daily forever. There's a probiotic, which again, we're talking about supporting the gastrointestinal system. The coolest thing about Arbonne's probiotic is that it's prebiotic, probiotic, and enzymes. What that means is that prebiotics are food for the bacteria, those are probiotics, and the enzymes are things that help us break down our food, hence the absorption, helping the absorbability. There you go. So Arbonne is, they've got the prebiotic, probiotic, and enzymes. The specific bacteria, Bacillus coagulans, that's in Arbonne's Digestion Plus is awesome because it's dormant in the bottle or in the little packet that it's in, and then starts replicating when it hits the intestines. Why that's awesome is because it doesn't need to be refrigerated. Lactobacillus and acidophilus, which are some of the ones in the grocery store that you'll see, they have to be refrigerated. So you can travel with these guys. So take them traveling, stick them in your car, stick them in your purse. There's so much confusion around how to take these things. Just take it. I don't care if you do it as a pixie stick on an empty stomach. I just literally tear the packet open down the hatch. A lot of people can't do that or choose not to. Add it to your shakes. Add it to water. sprinkle it on your salad. Just eat it. Just get it down the hatch. Your body will thank you. And also the other thing about the bacteria is that they play a key role in our immune system. And again, there's so much, if you guys want to dive deeper into the conversation about microbiota, look up Human Longevity Project on the Microbiome Labs. But I just went to a conference where they were talking about specific bacteria that are low and or high in autoimmune disease. So when we have low levels of certain bacteria, autoimmune disease can be triggered. When we have high levels of certain bacteria in our gut, autoimmune disease can be cured. So again, the more we can get probiotics down the hatch, whether that's fermented food and or taking a supplement, then please do it. Like the detox tea, the Digestion Plus should be something that's on your shelf, in your cupboard, in your mouth every single day until you're not breathing anymore. Like, please take some sort of probiotic every single day. There's a fiber supplement, which is crucial for detox and gut health. Fiber is important for so many things. The average pre-agricultural times, the average fiber that we were eating was something like 30 grams a day. We're lucky we get 10 now. So the fiber is incredibly important for natural detoxification and or helping the gut microbiome, et cetera, et cetera. So there's fiber in the program. There's also the new body cleanse to help support the liver and rebuilding the gastrointestinal lining. It also tastes super awesome. You can take that every day. You can take that the first 7 days, day 14 through 21. Again, as long as you're getting it down the hatch, your body will thank you. Also available are the greens, which you can add to your shakes just to make sure you're increasing that variety. As I said, it was super important. And then you end your day with a whole foods meal. Last night we had grass-fed burger. You can do portobello burger and sweet potato fries and a big salad. So that's the program. And so the program, to do that for 30 days. And then while simultaneously avoiding gluten, dairy, soy, sugar, alcohol, and caffeine. So it's pretty easy. Tastes super awesome. You're going to feel better. You're going to thank me on the flip side. The program is really not only set up to make you and your body win, but the point is to have you feeling the best you have ever felt so that you can get clear about who you are, why you were put on the planet. Imagine waking up not being distracted by a migraine or back pain. You can start to ask these questions, if you could do anything, be anything, have anything, what would that look like and whose lives would you change? What a better time of year to be doing this and literally peeking right around the corner is 2019. And not that I want to just wipe the slate of 2018 and create 2019, because I want to have you guys really acknowledge everything that you did in 2018, but at the same time it's just a great time to take a stand for yourself. And it starts here. It starts with saying yes to 30 days that will transform your life and create consciousness about what is going in your mouth and affecting every inch. And so I was asked this question a while back. Somebody was like, well, what sets Arbonne apart? Because there are so many programs out there. And so why Arbonne? And I was thinking, well, it's the protein powder, how it's formulated, and then the fact that they have the probiotic, and enzymes, and blah, 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 blah. The detox tea is amazing. And I was like, you know what? It's so much bigger than that. Yes, this program is set up to make you guys win. And yet, what sets Arbonne apart, in my opinion, and in my experience, it's how I teach it, is that this program is different because of the intention behind it. The message that I hear and that I teach is to wake up. Live an extraordinary life because you can. Whether it's by doing the 30 days or using the skincare or making a life with a business or all of the above, the message that I get from it is how amazing you are and that you can go do life big, laugh big, love big, and share big. This program stands for a lifestyle makeover. It's a lifestyle transformation and a true paradigm shift. And that the 30-day program, isn't about you waking up thinking that you're being tortured because you can't eat bread. And I do understand that that's is the case in the short term. But the breakthrough that happens in your life really starts when you do things that are outside of your comfort zone, are challenging, or even scary. So if you're listening to this call and you hear yourself going well, yeah, that sounds tonight, but there's no way that I could fill in the blank, then all the more reason to do it, because there is a transformed, awake, light, and fabulous you on the other end. And while the destination of life is with every step, I understand that, I invite you to get out of your comfort zone. So a few years ago, a sweepstakes agency gave away 100 free trips to anywhere in the world. So the winners of these 100 free trips could go literally anywhere. Like, you could go to Paris, you could go to Africa, the Philippines, like, pick anywhere. Do you know that 95% of the winners, 95%, picked a destination within 4 hours of their house? And the point is that most of us are missing out on really big things because of fear, or that they think it's going to be too hard, or it's going to be too challenging, or it's going to push them too much. So let this be one of your big things, whether it's the 30 days or jumping into the business. So honestly, from my perspective, it's like, what are you waiting for? Because your life is seriously waiting. And if any of this sounds like something you want to jump into, then obviously contact the person that invited you to this page, or post questions on the page. I'm here. I mean, I really want to acknowledge all of you for, the organizers of these groups are so awesome. Like, Facebook and technology have made this so easy to support people, like the menu planning and the support and the hand holding and the cheering. You guys are absolutely amazing at doing that. And I really want to acknowledge those of you who are leading these groups to take a stand for people's lives, because that's what you are doing. So go grab life with this plan and add health. And please consider taking it beyond 30 days, because your bacteria and your body will thank you. And so find me on Facebook if you guys haven't already. Ask questions on this page if anything comes up. And always an honor. I am super passionate about this and super proud of you all for jumping on this. And happy almost New Year. Love you all. Bye.